Hi everyone, I'm Larry Satchwell. If you've watched any of my It Happened Last Week videos, you'll know it opens almost 99% of the time with a Dutch baby. And those are sweet Dutch babies. Well, today I'm going to make a savory Dutch baby for lunch. I've preset the oven to 450. I have an 8-inch cast iron skillet here, the one I make my breakfast in every Sunday morning. I'm going to spray it well with some Pam. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the oven and let that butter melt. So while that's melting, I've got a little bowl here, and into that bowl I'm going to add 2 eggs. All of this stuff is at room temperature because when I went to videotape this, my microphones were dead, so they've been charging for about a half an hour. This is a quarter cup of milk. 2 eggs, quarter cup of milk, and I'm going to lightly beat those eggs. These are fresh eggs. I just got them out of the chicken coop this morning. Otherwise, they would have been frozen today. Once that's well incorporated, I'm going to add a quarter cup of all-purpose flour. Let that stir, combine here. We'll just set that there for a minute. Now this is a great way to use a little leftover ham. We have a piece of ham here we had salad the other night and had it in it. I'm not going to add any salt or pepper to this. We'll have some salt in the butter and we have some salt here in the ham. I'm just going to dice this ham up a little bit. It really doesn't matter how much you add. It does tend not to rise as much if you have too many ingredients in here. I'm going to guess that this is probably maybe a half a cup of ham. And the reason I'm dicing it up is just because it's easier to eat that way. I'm also not going to, normally I would put either almond extract or vanilla extract in it, but I'm not going to do that. So it's 3 simple ingredients: eggs, flour, and milk. I'm using whole milk, but I don't think that makes a difference. I'm using organic whole milk, but I really don't think that makes a difference. My butter's not quite melted yet, so we'll give it a minute. The butter's melted, and the oven is almost up to temperature. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but it's at 450. And the butter's sizzling. It's not, I didn't burn it. I have in the past. I'm going to add this to my 8-inch skillet. And in the middle of this, I'm going to add my ham. And pop it back up in the oven. Now, this is going to take at least 10 minutes, but I'll check on it in about 8. So it's been 8 minutes. Let's give it a quick peek. Oh, it's coming along fine. Here it is at 10 minutes. You never know what they're going to do. This one just not coming up, but it's spreading out. So it's almost finished. I'm going to put a half a cup of cheese on here. That's a lot of cheese, I know. And I like a lot of cheese, so I'm going to sprinkle some mozzarella on it just because I can. I'm going to put it back here in the oven and let that cheese melt. Well, it's just been a couple of minutes. I'm going to turn the oven off. That's important. And my cheese has melted and it has browned up. Let me get my fork over here. That is going to be a nice lunch. This is a really hearty lunch on a cold day like today. I like to have a hot cup of tea with a little locally sourced honey in it, just a touch. Buy another bottle of honey. This one's about going. This is wildflower from Winder, Georgia. It's about 15 miles as the crow flies. Now, the best way to eat this is to kind of cut it up like a piece of pizza. That's good. So, savory or sweet, I love Dutch babies. Ham and cheese this time. You could use any meat of your choice, but I think it's best with cheese. I ought to try Swiss cheese next time. Thanks for watching.